The text we are about to read is Psalm 26. It's one of David's psalms, and we find it in the 26th chapter of the book of Psalms. In this psalm, David appeals to God touching his integrity, that God would search him, try him, and know his heart, that he might walk in his integrity before God. He declares his innocence from guile and stands ready to meet God's inspection. Let's read the first 6 verses, and then I will offer some brief notes on this beautiful psalm. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me, and know my thoughts. And see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. So ends the first verse. In the second, he declares his innocence from covetousness. I have not given my heart to any evil, nor to any iniquity. I hate them that are of heart deceitful. I desire not the blood of bulls, nor the sacrifice of goats. For their blood is costly, and their sacrifice is a weariness to the just man. So ends the third verse, where he declares his innocency from covetousness. He now proceeds to declare his innocency from hypocrisy. When the wicked, hypocrites, are gathered together against me, and they that work iniquity, and mischief are risen against me, they are contentious and in chiding. My confidence is in God. Verse 5, I am confident that I shall shortly see God's righteous judgment on them, and in the meantime I walk cheerfully towards him, and stand indifferent of what they can do against me, since my hope is fixed on God. Thus far, the psalm. Some brief remarks on it. This psalm was penned by David, the sweet singer of Israel, when he was encompassed with all the hypocrisy and enmity of the men of his own nation, who hated him on account of his religion. But he here comforts himself and encourages himself to trust in God, and he uses an argument that we might do well to use in like circumstances. We see here, verse 1, that David prays that God would search him, try him, and know his heart, that he might walk in his integrity. Now, this is an argument David uses that might encourage us in prayer. He that knows us best would be most ready to forgive us. And the God who sees into our hearts, who knows our frame and our weaknesses, knows how much we need his pardoning love and justifying grace. Surely he will not be wanting in extending it to us. Let us go to God, therefore, with full confidence, knowing that he that searches the heart and the reins knows our neediness, and will not reject our petitions. And David goes on, in the second verse, to tell us what a thorough search he is willing to have, and he desires God to search and try his heart. He desires to be emptied of everything that would make him offensive to God. Try me, and know my thoughts, he says, and see if there be any wicked way in me. David knew his heart was deceitful above knowledge, and he desired to have it rectified by God, whatever should be found amiss. He was ready to mend his ways. Hypocrites and dissemblers may attend on God's ordinances, but it is a good sign of sincerity if we attend on them in the exercise of repentance and conscientious obedience. Here we see what a good tree brings forth, good fruit. There is no disputing the sincerity of a person who is so diligent in purging out sin, and who desires nothing more than to know his heart and amend his life. As such, he desires to have his inmost soul searched and proved by the Lord. He is aware of the deceitfulness of his own heart. He desires to detect and mortify every sin, and he longs to be satisfied of his being a true believer and to practice the holy commands of God. Let us beware of bad company, for we must give account of the company we keep. If they do not do us good, we ought to do as David did, to avoid them. Great care to avoid bad company is both a good evidence of our integrity and a good means to keep us in it. I will walk, says David, in my integrity. Oh, show me the way wherein I must walk. What we want to see clearly is the path of duty, and we need a divine illumination to discover it. And God will grant it to those who ask, provided we resolve to walk in it. But hypocrites and dissemblers may be found attending on God's ordinances. But it is a good sign of sincerity if we attend on them in the exercise of repentance and conscientious obedience. David attended on them with godly fear and reverence, and he stood in the congregation with expectation and delight. The Lord is my helper and my protector. He is my strong fortress and my refuge. My joyful sound is this. Thus ends the psalm. So he tells us what a thorough search he is willing to have and desires God to search and try his heart.